Well, let's start with a big breaking update that's coming in. A statement that is coming from Donald Trump hours after the collapse of US-Iran peace talks. Donald Trump is now back to power flexing. He's weighing a naval blockade option to ramp up the pressure on Iran as tensions spike in the Strait of Hormuz. This is we are learning so far as Donald Trump is concerned. The move is being seen as a potential trump card aimed at choking off Iranian oil exports and forcing compliance as well. So Donald Trump, just a while back, he has posted an article on social media. The headline of the article is "The Trump Card the President Holds If Iran Will Not Bend a Naval Blockade." And the first paragraph is that before he launched a daring military capture of dictator Maduro, President Donald Trump brought Venezuelan economy to its knees with a naval blockade that strangled the nation's oil revenues, is what we're learning so far as Donald Trump is concerned. A latest statement that has come in from him hours after the collapse of the US-Iran peace talks. Let me get you more perspective on this and go across to Prabhu Dayal, former diplomat and a group captain, Dr. M.J. Augustine Vinod, who's been the former MiG MiG-21 pilot as well. Thank you so much for connecting with us. Let me go across to Prabhu Dayal first, former diplomat. Thank you so much for connecting with us. How do you look at this recent statement that is coming from Donald Trump? Because he has hinted at the naval blockade. So is there a possibility that in the coming days there could be warships in the Strait of Hormuz blocking that keyway? Or do you think this is in a way a technique by Donald Trump to put pressure on Iran after the peace talks have failed?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on your show. You know, you are right in saying it could be one or is it the other? Because that is the question which always arises where Donald Trump's statements are concerned. Without doubt, he is putting pressure on Iran. He wants to try and force Iran to agree to his terms. But in the event that Iran does not agree, it could mean a lot of escalation of the situation, because Trump would not like to show that he has not fulfilled what he was saying. He always likes to project himself as the winner. You know, a long time ago, when he was not in politics, he had written an article that in his case, in his deals, what matters most is his own ego. His ego can never be let down. So in the political side also, if Donald Trump has said that he will undertake steps which would amount to a naval blockade of Iran, and in the event that there is nothing in terms of finding a solution, then I'm afraid that we are in for escalation. He will certainly take the necessary steps to go ahead and put a naval blockade on Iran. And of course, that means the continuation of the war. You know, everybody was hopeful that the war is coming to an end. Everybody was hopeful for de-escalation. But the way the scenario is unfolded, things don't look good at all.
Let me also bring in my colleague Mayank, who's been tracking all the details. Mayank, this latest post by Donald Trump on social media hours after the collapse of the US-Iran peace talks, he's now back to power flexing. So is there a possibility that in the coming days there could be warship in the Strait of Hormuz? That is something, in fact, Donald Trump has hinted at.
Yes. There are 2 points which I need to bring out before the viewers, and that is that, let me use a phrase deliberately, saying that will it be turning into Epic Fury 2? Because, I mean, ceasefire, post-ceasefire, this may become a sort of a beginning. The other point, as you brought out, is like it's a posturing. It is also to nudge Iran to accept their conditions, whatever they are. I mean, mind it, those conditions have not been said in so many words as of now, except for the nuclear aspect. So I'm saying that this could also be part of the posturing to nudge Iran to accept the conditions which they have not accepted. That is the second point, actually. The point we need to, and the details which I need to bring out is that it was Vice President J.D. Vance who had said that time and again they were during the talks of 24 hours which happened in Pakistan, Islamabad, they were for multiple times they had speaking to the President Donald Trump, and he said maybe 6 times, maybe a dozen times and more than that. That means President Donald Trump is well aware of everything whatever was happening, and now this is in addition to whatever was happening there. So it becomes a complementary part to the kind of diplomatic overtures made there. Now it is to nudge the Iran in such a way that all conditions are accepted. Now, second point, military posturing. That is very significant because Iran has proven time and again that they have got projectiles which can land at their will or at the spots they had been aiming for, and it happened multiple times even in Israel while we were reporting from ground. It will become a difficult situation if military options are selected, at least in this narrow passage, because whatever happens, if let's say debris of the warships, if the military is utilized and then there is a faction, they war against each other, if military debris is rested into that area, which is hardly at narrowest spot, it is almost 21 kilometers and all. It will create further difficulties for the world, which is already reeling.
Strait of Hormuz, that remains a friction point between the two countries, despite asking for help from NATO as allies as well in the last 1 month. As far as the key waterway is concerned, it has left Donald Trump helpless, and now he's hinting at naval blockade. So it remains to be seen how that really pans out. Let's once again focus on the visuals there on the screen that we can see. We're learning that the Iranian delegation has also left from that hotel in Islamabad. They will be heading back to their country hours after J.D. Vance, Vice President of the United States and the one leading the delegation, left from Islamabad. So there has been no agreement, no breakthrough as far as the negotiations there are in fact also concerned.